Hopefully at this point, with only 2 parts under your belt, you're already starting to feel like an Onshape master because it's just that easy to get good at this stuff. So let's keep going with an even more advanced part. This is going to be the fork. A fork is a part that holds the wheel of our caster. I bet we can crank this guy out in a couple minutes. We're going to learn a bunch of new features of Onshape in the process. Real quick, an important thing to do is I would go to your account. Under account settings, you can find preferences, and under length units, change that to millimeters. All the stuff I'm going to be doing in these videos is going to be in millimeters. America happens to be one of the crazy countries. So there's still, I think, only 3, America, Liberia, and Myanmar, I think, that use inches, feet, pounds, furlongs, and all that stuff. That's crazy. So I use millimeters. So once you've done that, change to millimeters, then the next part you make will be in millimeters, which we'll do now. So let's go ahead and make a new document. This is going to be called fork. And let's see, for the fork, we're going to start by extruding a little bit of a solid like we've done before. I'm going to hit sketch. I'm going to click my front plane. I'm going to hit normal and C for circle. I'm going to click the center, go out, D for dimension. It's already snapped to the center, so I only need 1 dimension. That's going to be 80. That's going to be the size of my circle. That's it. So actually I can get out of that sketch, extrude that. I want to extrude that sketch 8 millimeters. 8 millimeters. 8 millimeters. Okay, check. Now I've got my geometry. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch a rectangle on there. So I'm going to click the face, click sketch. I'm going to use a center point rectangle, but I'm going to first say normal and then center point rectangle, which is R. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I've got a mouse wheel that makes that easier. I'm going to snap. I'm going to use the little indication that shows that I'm right above the origin. I'm going to snap to the origin and draw a rectangle to look something like that. I'm going to click D for dimension. This is just 5. It's a skinny rectangle. It's 40 wide and it's 15 from the origin. 15. Now it's fully constrained. It's black, meaning the computer knows everything about that sketch, where it is in space and how big it is and everything like that. So I'm going to exit there and not sketch. I'm going to extrude that shape. I'm going to click that face and I'm going to extrude this 75 millimeters. Let's extrude that 75 millimeters. And now I've got a big rectangle kind of poking out of my part. Now I'm going to add some fillets. We haven't done that yet. I'm going to add a fillet, that's this button up here, to these 2 edges. And that fillet size is going to be 15. So a fillet is a rounding of your part. That comes in pretty handy pretty often. So I'm going to add a fillet there. Then I'm going to add 2 more fillets. I'm going to select these 2 edges here and make them 1 millimeter. And notice, because I have tangent propagation selected, any line that is tangent, meaning just it's a nice smooth curve with the lines I selected, it will also select those. So you can see with those 2 edges, I've just smoothed out that part. And finally, I'm going to select the bottom edge, and I only need to click 1 edge. I'm going to make that one 4, and because I have tangent propagation, it's going to go all the way around. Nice. Now I have this nice looking leg of my fork. Now I'm going to mirror everything I just did. So I'm going to click the mirror button, which is right here. I'm going to, not a part mirror, but a feature mirror. And what features do I want to mirror? I want to mirror the big extrusion I just made, the fillet, the other fillet, and the last fillet. The mirror plane, I want to mirror this part so it goes across to the other side. So I'm going to select this plane here as my mirror plane. Isn't that cool? Now that I've got 2 of those over there. That's awesome. I'm going to cut a hole through this. I'm going to do that by extruding. Well, I haven't sketched anything yet. I'm going to sketch on here a circle. Let's click N for normal. I'm going to select a circle right here. Because I snapped it to the center, I'm only going to need 2 dimensions, D for dimension. The whole size, looking at my notes, is 10, and it's 15 from the top. That's the very top up there to the center of the circle. That's 15. Cool, that's it. I'm going to say extrude that as a remove through all. So I'm going to go through all. And now I should have a hole in my part that goes through everything. I am almost done. We're flying here. Now we're going to sketch the tube that goes on the other part of the fork on the other side. I'm going to sketch here. I'm going to sketch 2 circles. I'm going to type C. I don't even need to do normal because I'm pretty confident that I can sketch those 2 circles, and hit D. And these are 15 and 20. 15 and 20 for these 2 circles. Now I'm flying through these for a couple reasons. One, this is a video and you can hit pause, but also just to show you, once you get pretty good at Onshape, you can crank out your designs super fast. That's one of my favorite things about it. I'm going to extrude those circles I just made. I think Onshape's smart enough to know I just mean the area between them. I'm going to make that 60, and I am almost done with my part. I've added some fillets. Fillets are the ways that I round or smooth features. I can also do chamfers. A chamfer is a kind of beveled edge. I'm going to add a 1 millimeter chamfer 3 places. I think I wanted a 1 millimeter. Yep, I'm going to add a 1 millimeter chamfer here, here, and here. And I am done. That is my part. I was able to crank that out super fast, and it looks so cool. I'm excited. I'm getting pretty close to being about halfway done with my caster. It's going to look awesome.